That first video there because I want to keep it under 40 minutes so it uploads. I'm going to tap this on to say the bullshit to do with Stephanie Tsalis. Yep, I know Stephanie Tsalis from the past because I introduced her in late 2004. In 2005, I laughed about having a stalker. Go and ask my boyfriend or my partner back then, John Cabino, John. Because he used to take it, well, way over the top, but then Jan was right. I just thought Jan was being a bitch. Jan was there, like, because I was laughing about him. They're going, I've got a stalker. Like, finding it funny that I've got a stalker who's running around telling people, oh, I was with Justin. Like, no, she wasn't. We're together. Like, and my boyfriend's getting the shits going. She's got these delusional fantasies about you. She runs around going, he's my cowboy. And I'm laughing, going, yeah, I've got this stalker. And John's like, see, he doesn't take anything serious. Like, go ask John Cabino. We're there with Denny and Susie Rouet over in North Sydney. And I'm laughing having a stalker. And he's like, see? He won't take it serious. I'm like, oh, relax, John. It's because she's a crazy fag hag. You know, she's harmless. And John's like, no, she's not harmless. And John was right. She wasn't harmless. Because in 2006, Stephanie Tsalis was told to fuck off and never show her face again with her bullshit stalking behaviour. We're not friends. Never have been friends. She stalked me and I laughed about having a stalker. My mistake. But I had nothing to do with it since 2006, even though she showed up again in 2008 and was told to fuck off again. 2015, she popped her head up around this bullshit social media stalking crap in October 2015, which is all bullshit what was said, but well done to useless police again. You must be, good in, I don't know, you're not good as a detective. You're definitely useless at your job. I want to know what taxpayers' dollars go to because you're fucking dead set useless. You gathered false information from unreliable sources and thought it was facts. Jesus fucking Christ, you are dumb as dog shit government workers. Fucking useless. Okay? Useless. Absolute fucking useless. You dumb pricks. Seriously, waste. You know what? I would never say defund the police, but the way that the Australian ones behave, defund them. What a waste of money. Like, you are that stupid. You've literally listened to hearsay, not looked at the facts. Giovanni Consalvo was my partner who I used to get the break from. Don't know the little fucking dirty abo shit I was running, having sex with the guy I brought my dog from. You made up some bullshit stories in, October 2015 and thought, oh, that would do. Let's attach that to Justin. It's like, well, that's not true. Oh, we're going to just get information from wherever we get it from. Well, no, you're not. No, you're not, because that's negligence. Fucking defund the dumb pigs. They're useless. They're so fucking... That's bullshit. I'm not going to give that too much attention, but I've already explained that. I instigated the break in my relationship with Giovanni Consalvo back in April 2015. We went to my dad's sister's place, so Aunt Linda's and Uncle Tony's, at the end of April, and they're like, what's going on? Are you leaving Gio? Gio was with me. He bored his eyes out. I'm like, it's a break. Of course I'm not leaving Gio. Gio, it's a break, okay? But means you get to do what you want to do. It's a hall pass. Okay, I'm going to spend 6 months at the holiday house and give us a break. We need a break. I'm moving to America. We need to work out what we're doing. Okay? Uncle and Auntie asked me then, is it someone else? I'm like, oh, can't be ridiculous. I said, I'm not, if I was someone else, I'll be, I'm not going to leave Gio for someone else. I'm going to work on my relationship with Gio. I said this. Uncle and Auntie, the most mature people that handled this was not, my mother's a fucking loser. She thought she could manipulate this to get what she wanted. You know what? My mother, Carol, needs to wake up to herself because the only reason she was in my life was because Giovanni. Giovanni did all the hard work. I didn't want her in my life. She was cut out completely of my life. Giovanni is my mother's seen me the most ever in my entire life since I met Giovanni Craig Consalvo. If I never met Giovanni Craig Consalvo, she was cut out of my life. But she tells people bullshit. She tells people if it wasn't with Gio, it was so close. That's a lie. It's the reason that she was... See, she needs to wake up to herself. She was only in my life because of Giovanni. I haven't seen Giovanni for years. So she's cut out. Giovanni kept... And that's why actually, initially, look, he would tell you, despite everything that went on, I don't care. Like, people were going, oh, but Giovanni cheated on you. That's why you left him. No, I didn't. I left him because of my mother. I'm a man. I don't care about cheating. Like, you women have issues, man. What, you think that some guy goes and screws around and has sex... Doesn't mean anything as long as it doesn't get someone pregnant. Like, you think it's a big deal. Oh, I don't. I'm a gay guy. Oh, like most gay men's like, oh yeah, I caught a blow on the way home from work. Oh really? Hey, do you get his number? Do you want to do a threesome? Like you guys are fucking losers the way you project shit. You think cheating is something really bad. It's like, no. I've got a very 70s approach. I've got a very French approach. It's French to cheat. It's American to get busted for it. Yeah, it doesn't bother me. I didn't care that. Like I said, I didn't care that Giovanni cheated on me. I cared the fact that he lied about me to do it. I don't care about cheating. Like that, and that's where all this bullshit started. It's like, oh, because of this. And didn't he stab someone? No, I've never stabbed someone, thanks. And I've actually got a letter that my twin sister Amanda Lee Fleming wrote to me back in the year 2000 regarding that subject, because she was petrified. She was absolutely petrified. And I'm like, Amanda, why can't you ever stand up for your brother and tell the police? She has an issue with actually... I've got a letter. I kept it. My poor twin sister was scared of this person, Stephen Babbage. She was petrified of him. She was afraid. My poor twin sister. Absolutely afraid. He was a horrible man. He was a very evil man. A very evil man. And I've kept the letter. My poor twin, what she went through. I feel... And she was petrified. So she wrote me a letter about it back in the year 2000 when she was living in America, and I've saved it. So we can go to court with that as well, New South Wales Police, because you guys have just caused 10 years of negligence, and I want you to actually be held accountable. You think that there's something, you've got wrong information, so you want to attack a person over wrong information. You attacked my life for 10 years, and I would love to reopen a Royal Commission into police corruption, because what you did is not, it's not, shy of corruption. Okay? It is definitely corruption. Now, go back to this with, rubbish with Giovanni. The reason why I left him was because he kept involving my family into my life, and he was told, I don't like disruptions. When I met him in August 2008, he asked, why'd you leave John Cabino? I said, well, I left him because of Mum. And I said, I don't want it. I told Giovanni then. He was sitting, it was in the kitchen there in Surrey Hills. He was sitting on the chair that I had in the buffet. And he asked me, and I said, because of my mum. And I said, Jill, I don't want another relationship when Mum's alive. I said, because I can't see, it's the interference. I said, I'm too busy with my life, and they interfere, Mum and the sisters. And they cause trouble, and they cause arguments, and they've always done this even before I was born. And I said, I can't have no relationship. I feel into the relationship with Giovanni. I told him in August 2008, I didn't want a relationship. It was just sex. He knew this. He came and stayed in 2009, and I fell into it. Now, he was told about not dragging my family into it. I left him because of my mother. The behaviour of my mother and what she was doing, I was like, that's it. I said, Giovanni, before you, she wasn't in my life. John Cabino would pick her up and throw her out of my house. She turned up, Giovanni was like, I can't do that. She turned up at the front door. I'm like, okay, you know what John Cabino did? She turned up the front door once. He picked up her bags, walked out the back, walked up the lane, and threw them out in Goodlet Lane. She was out Cleveland Street. He picked up her bags and he threw her out into the lane and said, get out. He did that. And he goes, I can't do that, Justin. I said, well, then we're over. Okay, I'm leaving you because of Mum. Because you bring my mum into my life, and it causes toxic behaviour and damage to me that I'm paying for. And that's the reason. So what my mother told people, that's the thing, yeah, everyone is lying. What Carol told people is bullshit. Because she would never have had access to me, ever in my life, if I wasn't with Giovanni Consalvo. She got to see me because I was with Giovanni Consalvo. She doesn't see me because I'm not with him now. Because, I got rid of him. So, see ya. Bye, Carol. And that's the truth. That's the truth. Okay? And he could stand up and say that too. But they're cut out. Oh, I didn't need my mother and her sisters in my life. The only person keeping him in my life was my partner. And they don't do what they're told to do. Look at the last 10 years. I was very specific what I asked for help with, and they want to do what they want to do. That hindered my life. This is a revolving door with them. So I don't have them in my life. And Giovanni kept in my life. It's like, you're over. So anyway, again, so April 2015, where they said, Giovanni, it's a break, but he kept on involving family. I kept having the family more involved in this when I'm single and screwing around. Well, not single. I'm on a break in my relationship. So I bought a dog for $2,000 and I fucked the guy I bought the dog off. That's it. The dirty abo cunt, Brett Aiken, so what? Then he starts putting shit up across social media and said that, oh, I'm his boyfriend. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I've introduced you to my boyfriend, Brett. You've met Gio. He still lives in my apartment. Okay, I'm not, when your boyfriend goes, I don't know what the fuck was wrong with this guy. I'm like, oh, I come over and fuck you. You're a free prostitute. literally, I only come and see. He's like, he literally said to me once, "You only come here for sex." I'm like, "That's what a free prostitute is, mate." Like, you don't understand the terminology, fuck buddy fling. Like, you're nothing. Like, you're not my partner. You're not a friend. You're nothing. You're a free prostitute to me. It's like, oof. I'm like, Joe, drop off at my prostitute's house for sex. Just like a straight man would be going home to his wife and kids and might get a rub and tug on his way home at the girls that were there on Cleveland Street, and guys do it all the time. Same thing. You're nothing more than a prostitute to me. You're not something I would affiliate with. You're not something I'd hang out with. You're not a friend. You're not an acquaintance. You're not an affiliate. You are a free prostitute, and that's all any of those guys were that I was fucking around with after 2015. They're not friends, acquaintances, affiliates. I would walk past him. I saw him in the street like I didn't know them. They're a fuck buddy fling. They are a free prostitute, nothing more. A wink in the ass. That's it. Now, I don't call it for anything else than what it is. Other people do. The shit across social media is bullshit. I told people that back in 2015. Brett Aikenhead was all this like messy, because he's always fucking using ice. He's a fucking deadbeat prostitute, basically, using meth. And I'm like, oh god, this guy's fucking messy. Just for a fuck. I'm like, Jesus, I'll be over there. Like, I'm like, well, Brett, I don't have time. I come over for sex. He's like, you're just coming for sex. I'm like, yep, like I do. Like the other guy that's sitting there on the green sofa, you're a prostitute, mate. You're just one of those dirty fucking gay guys that do drugs and get your box filled. I've literally got half an hour spare. I'm going. See ya. Like, it's just like there's faggots like that are just deadbeat druggos that just want to get fucked. It's like, well, fine by me, it's a free prostitute. Even straight guys, even a married guy was fucking him. So that's all this dirty abo was. He's just a dirty fucking prostitute abo. That's it. And that's all he was. So because he kept getting messy and telling people I was his boyfriend, I was like, oh, fuck this. And I met some other guy, this Brazilian guy. I'm like, mate, I'm not interested in a relationship. I said, I'm going to eventually see what happens with Gio. I said, because if I don't work it out with him, I'm just moving to the States and being single. I've got my green card already. I said, but I'm not going to have a relationship with anyone except for I'm going to actually, work on my actual relationship. I've been with Giovanni a long time. I mean, I'm not going to throw all those years away. That's just stupid. What? This is just sex, man. Like, so I told this Michael guy, this Brazilian guy, he was fine with being a fuck buddy fling. The Brett Aikenhead loser found out, got the shits and assaulted me. That's how it happened in October 2015. There was no separation. I literally had my hairdresser, Belinda Jeffries, tell people, did he separate from Brett? I'm like, I wasn't with Brett. Gio was my partner. So, but I didn't think you were with Gio. I was like, yeah, Gio was my partner. I was still with Gio right up until the end of 2016. We only separated, and that's why we had the argument basically around December 2016, because I wasn't getting back with Gio. He was pissed off with me. He was fucking angry with me. I don't blame him, but yeah, that's why we're arguing. We were still together. We just on a break. Our relationship was still going. So I left him officially at the end of 2016. Asked my cousin Joe and Hillier. Like, we still went to my best friend's wedding, Johnny Tataro's, to Sandra Tataro's. We still went to his wedding together. Like, Giovanni and myself went to his wedding together. We still spent New Year's Eve together. Like, you spend New Year's Eve with your partner. So Giovanni and myself spent New Year's Eve together, in 2015. Then we had breakfast together at Bill's because we were still together. I was just having sex on the side. We want a break to see what was going to happen with me moving to America. It was supposed to be a break to work out what was going to happen between us. And what happened was a little fucking cunt hairdresser, Belinda Jeffries, who thinks she's entitled to involve herself in her client's life. No, you're fucking not, you cocaine dealing fucking bitch. You can piss off. I had everyone involve themselves into my relationship. You don't do that, mate. You make an enemy of me, you make it for life. There's no fixing it. You're out, you fucking cunt. She's a dirty fucking lowy piece of scumbag from Penrith. Okay? That's my relationship. You don't involve yourself. You don't interfere in my relationship. Simple. I don't involve myself in yours. Same thing when my cousin, Fiona Williams, her married name's Woods. So when her and Nathan, okay, they had a break back in 2007. You forget, Fiona? Nathan Woods, her husband, the father of her kids, in 2007? It was around Christmas time or something. And they were on a break in the relationship because he was screwing around and seeing someone else. But it was a break on their marriage. They were married. You guys were married and you had a break. So you should understand more about having 6 months breaks to work things out. Joe and Hillier, my other cousin, you've had a break in your marriage. Don't fucking lie. Like, those cousins on my dad's side would know exactly where I'm coming from. Even cousin Christy Ceruni, Aunt Linda's daughter. You'll be able to see us go, well, hang on, yeah, John and I have had rough patches. We've had a break and we've worked it out again. Yeah, that's all Giovanni and I were doing. That's all we were doing. Okay? That's it. So, we're going through all this bullshit. Oh, by the way, pin this for a second. I'm not bisexual. Literally, so, okay, there's scummy shit women in Tamworth that have made up stories in the last 10 years as well. It's like, I've never slept with a female. I'm not bisexual. And I never slept with Stephanie Salas. That's a good one. So you're doing a lie detector test. Thanks. I've always been openly homosexual. So I'm not going to be, like, this is discrimination. I've been homosexual my entire life since going to under 18s discos at Rudy Hill RSL. But I actually came out in 1992. Every single person who ever knows me knows I'm homosexual. But I said 10 years ago, there's information to do with Daniel Rackley, mum's stepson, who lived in Tamworth as well, getting projected onto me. Do we look alike? Do we, Daniel and myself now? Daniel Rackley was also suicidal. I'm not going to go down this path anymore. I told police, and I told some mental health unit back years ago when they were harassing me over, you wrote a song to catch the last moments of suicide. Apparently, friends of mine had told police this. I'm like, I didn't. Rackley did. Oh, that's you. I'm not Rackley. Mark Rackley's mum's second husband. Mark Fleming is her first husband. I'm Justin Fleming. Daniel Rackley, Mark Rackley's son from his first marriage, lived in Tamworth as well. And Faith Rackley's his sister, as well as my half-sister on the Purdy side. Sky Sheridan Fleming is my youngest sister, and those photos on social media are not of other people's children. Okay, so someone goes, oh, he's a pedophile, he's got other people's kids on social media. I'm like, I don't, you sicko female. You really need to get some help, mental health help. That's myself, my twin sister Amanda, my younger sister Sky Sheridan Fleming, my cousins on the Fleming side, my dad's side is the Fleming side. And then you stalked Daniel Rackley's social media and saw Daniel Rackley with his daughters and the one he calls Wally. Those daughters do look like Faith Rackley, yes. That photo is not of me. I've literally there's a photo of Daniel Rackley with his daughter on Facebook. And I've had people, that's you. I'm like, that's not me, that's Daniel. Are you saying I look like Daniel, my stepbrother? He hasn't got a stepbrother. This is the next question. I'm like, I do have a stepbrother. That is Daniel, and that's his daughter, who he calls Wally. His daughter is a spitting image of Faith Rackley. I said, that photo is not of me. That photo is like mum's husbands must have had something similar in them, because if I look like my stepbrother, when we share no DNA at all. So Daniel Rackley was the one that was suicidal. Daniel Rackley's Facebook post in November 2015, it said he wrote this song to catch the last moments of suicide. I've had people, friends, so-called friends of mine, concerned and raised red flags over that, including police. I'm like, well, that's funny, because that's Daniel Rackley. The same thing happened in February 2017, and this went to Housing Commission, which is bullshit. I know it went to Housing Commission. I spoke to them in 2018 over it. I'm like, not me, my stepbrother. So apparently it was spread around that I was suicidal, and there was this gun on social media and it said, forgive me, Lord, but it's time and Justin's going to shoot himself. I'm like, not me, Daniel Rackley, Mark Rackley's son. I've been saying this for 10 years, which does make now New South Wales Police liable for damages, because you still don't believe that there's two people. It also makes the mental health unit liable for damages. You still don't believe there's two people. You still don't believe there's a Mark Fleming and a Mark Rackley. You still don't believe there's a Justin Fleming, who I am, and a Daniel Rackley. And Daniel Rackley lived in Tamworth. And you still are relying on unreliable sources that is feeding you bullshit instead of looking at the facts. Okay? You are going to be held accountable for almost 11 years of damages. Okay? So there's that bullshit as well. So after all this crap started going on in 2015, I was like, fuck this. Geo, like, we've got more stuff to clean up now. Then when I found out about what he was saying to be a carer, what he said to Matt O'Rourke, what he was saying to his organisations, I was like, oh, mate, you know, we're done. And I was single. There was no, he had boyfriends. I've not had another boyfriend after Giovanni. Am I fucking someone that's not a boyfriend, Carol? Like, what is wrong with you sick, twisted women? Like, you think having sex, it's like bottom fucking gay guys. You fucking bottom next minute they're all over you. I'm like, whoa, mate, that was sex. I'm not your boyfriend. So anyway, like I said, I was in October 2015, I was with another fuck buddy by the name of Mike, who's a Brazilian guy. Okay, I was fucking around with him for a while as well, then fucking around with some other guys. So what? I wasn't dating anyone. Giovanni's my ex-partner, not Brett, not Michael, not some other fucking loser that I was fucking around with. Giovanni Consalvo is my ex-boyfriend. No one else. I haven't dated anyone since, but you criminal cunts made up some bullshit stories. During that time in October 2015, Stephanie Cunt Tesalis popped her head up. Okay? Popped her head up because some deadbeat little Greek bastard, Spiro, pops his head up. He's a friend of Brett Aikenhead's. Then Stephanie Tesalis, who's stalking social media, pops her head up. Okay? That's when all this shit started. The trouble. Now, New South Wales Police, you went after the wrong person. You guys are involved in corruption. I'm not backing down. My mother and my twin sister, if you ever want to be in my life again, you've got an ultimatum. You don't do what you're fucking told because it's my life. You are out permanently. I'm not having your toxic behaviour in my life. You were told to get me a legal team back in 2015 to remove false information that New South Wales Police and organisations have. That's the only thing I asked for. You were fucking told yourself to actually do what you're asked to do and correct false. Oh, wait. I love this. Apparently I used drugs. He's high. Yeah, police. Can you read the toxicology report? I'm not a drug user. And Professor Bruce Brew confirmed this to you and let us... You know, police prosecuting little fucking wog bastard. They still don't believe. It's like, you don't believe actual documents in front of you. That's your problem. And this is what happened. I tell you what, I would love... We need a Royal Commission into police corruption. They've gone away with it again, just like the 90s. I've been sitting back going, once they do an you get a Royal Commission into police corruption in New South Wales, you're going to have so many coppers sacked, fired, investigated. They're going to commit suicide. It's going to be fantastic. They're deadbeat fucking losers. Read the toxicology report. I don't use drugs. I've never been a drug user. Ever. I've barely drunk alcohol in my life. But you've got deadbeats of losers trying to say, yeah, where did I get the drugs from then? I have no idea about the industry. So where am I supposed to be getting all these drugs from to be using to be high? Where? And that's the thing. And I know that false information only stuck with me because of Mum's second husband, Mark Rackley, who is a drug user. Mark Rackley has got mental health issues, depression, alcoholism. So the Rackleys have alcoholism, drug use, cannabis smoking, heavy crystal meth use, and speed use. That's what the Rackleys have. Daniel Rackley's the same. Faith Rackley's the same. But I'm not a Rackley. And that false information about me that police got only stuck because of the Rackleys, because of Mum's second husband's family. And that's where my mother's got a lot of clean up to do. Oh, you're not going to fix it? She's not ever going to come back in my life until she fixes her lies. My mother's choice to go with her second husband's family, the Rackleys. What she did damaged my life. I want to see police held accountable. I want to see organisations. I want to see those mental health organisations. You're just an organisation, sweetheart. You can be arrested for breaking the law just like anyone else. You can be arrested, charged and sued just like any other fucking organisation.